Hi, Mark here. It's Friday, July the 25th, just after 8 a.m. Eastern. US session now underway. 12 noon GMT into the afternoon portion of the European session. That's how the markets are shaping up. Starting on US dollar index. US dollar index picking up from where it left off yesterday, meaning looking strong, bouncing back from the previous 3 days where we had a big sell-off in the US dollar index. Yesterday, fought back and maintained through the US session, and so far today looking strong again. I've got support at 97.19 and resistance at 97.58. Small wick here, so let's see if there is a turnaround now that the US session is underway. So there you can see it bounce down off that resistance, left a wick behind, and now little red candlestick. So selling US dollar, if US dollar weakness continues, that sellers will be looking at the 97.19 support. If US dollar strength can continue, 97.58 is resistance. Let's have a look at the S&P, which has been strong. US equity markets across the board have been strong. Yesterday, you can see gapped up higher to start and held on to that. Slight demand, but certainly no selling. Today, gapped higher again, a new high. Resistance 6,420, support 6,401. We'll see where the buyers can get back up to this resistance level, perhaps even higher, or if there's going to be a turnaround, sellers will look to test and break below the 6,400 level. Bear in mind, it's still an hour and a half until Wall Street opens. What we see now is activity in the futures market. Gold. Plain to see the inverse relationship between strong US dollar, weak gold playing out for the third day. You can see here support now at 3,338, and I've got resistance at 3,372. Gold being sold off as US dollar is strengthening, gold is weakening. Let's look at the hourly, and there you can see it's very brief and attempted fight back by gold off the support area happening right now. Buyers will be looking all the way up here at the 3,372. Sellers, of course, will be looking to hang around the support area, maybe even test or break below this 3,338. Brent oil. There I've got the daily. Brent oil been pretty flat. Yesterday did fight back a little. Today, hang around yesterday's close area, gapped a little higher to start. I've got support at 68.40, resistance at 68.93. So buyers will be looking up at that 68.93, looking at $69 or higher. Sellers, on the other hand, will look to bounce off this support area, this resistance area to 68.93, looking down at support at 68.40 or lower. Bitcoin, a very big move so far today on Bitcoin. Wow. I've got resistance sitting at 118,500, and I've got support at 111,500. So already the range, that's a $7,000 range so far. So you can see this big sell-off, certainly a fight back, Bitcoin fighting back from the support level from the 114.5, now sitting around that 116.5. Let's zoom in on the hourly. And there you can see there's the sell-off during the Asian and into the European session. Last few hours going into the afternoon portion of the European session and the US Open, Bitcoin is fighting back now, sitting at that 116.5. Buyers will be looking all the way up here at the $118,500. Buyers have been trying to get to that 120,000, which has been difficult. Sellers, of course, will be looking down at the support at 114,500 from earlier today and looking to test and go below. Good trading. Keep that discipline. Let's see if US dollar strength can continue or if it's going to turn around with the US session now underway and we see a return to dollar weakness the way we started the week. We've got resistance and support levels to work with. Keep that discipline, and I'll see you at the end of today's session.